my name is Rachita Mathur, currently working as a legal intern at LEXCLIQ. So today I'll be discussing on a topic criminal misappropriation of property. So today I will be dealing with two sections of IPC. The first is section 403 and the second will be section 404 of IPC. So the essential ingredients of section 403 is, the first ingredient is that property must be of another person. That is, the owner of the property should not come under the definition of the word another person. And here the property must belong to its owner and dishonestly misappropriated by the another person just to satisfy his own purpose. For example, Mr. R took a red car which belongs to Mr. S by mistake or unknowingly, but returned the same when he found that the real owner of the car is Mr. S. So, in this case, there will be no criminal misappropriation of property. But if Mr. R does not return the car even after knowing that the car belongs to Mr. S, then Mr. R has committed the offense of misappropriation of property. Now, the second ingredient of this section is dishonest intention. Here, any person misappropriated or converts any property of another person with dishonest intention. Now, in this case, he has committed the offense of criminal misappropriation, and here the offender must possess some dishonest intention while committing the crime. Further, the next ingredient of this section is conversion of property. That is, for constituting an offense of criminal misappropriation, the essence behind this section is when a person converts any property for his own use. So here a word converts to his own use connotes the usage or deals with the property in derogation of the right of the owner, as per like there was one case in which this particular thing was said, and the name of the case is Ramaswamy Nadar versus State of Madras. Now the next ingredient of this section is the finder of the goods. That is, when a person found that something belonged to another person and he took all the necessary steps to find the real owner of the goods, and he kept the found goods for a reasonable time to return it to the true owner of the property. Even after this, if he is unable to find the true owner of that goods, the finder of the goods can use the goods for his own purpose. But if he keeps the good to himself, since the true owner is unknown and not took a reasonable steps to identify the real owner, or if he immediately misappropriates the property without waiting for the sufficient time, now in this case he has committed the offense of criminal misappropriation and would be held liable under section 403 of IPC. Further, in another case of Udhar versus State of Jharkhand, in this case the Supreme Court held that any dispute which is related to the recovery of money is always of civil nature and criminal complaint in this regard is not maintainable. Further, we will look at the essential ingredients of section 404 of IPC. That is, the property must be of movable in nature or must be a movable property. Now, the second ingredient is such property must be in the possession of a deceased person at the time of his death of such person. Next ingredient is the offender converted it or misappropriated it for his own use. Next ingredient is the accused must have dishonest intention while committing such a crime. Now, basically this section is intended to protect the property of a deceased person which needs special protection under these circumstances or conditions This section aims to punish the servant, stranger or other domestic workers who have no right or interest in the effect of the dead man. Further, certain punishments have also been discussed under this section, that section 404, if the offender has committed criminal misappropriation, then he must be punished for a term of not less than 3 years, fine or both. Whereas in case if the offender was employed by a deceased person as a servant or clerk, then the punishment may extend to 7 years. That's all for the day. Thank you.